What's up guys, Tom Hayes here. Today I want to talk to you about how many units you order with your first order for your product that you're about to launch on Amazon. I get asked this question over and over and over again, and it's a crucial piece of information because if you do this wrong, there's a lot of consequences. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to your marketplace. So whatever your keyword is, whatever your product that you're going into is, let's go and type that into Amazon search bar and then pull up the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. And what I want to do here is actually take those top 10 listings, not the sponsored listings, but the top 10 organically showing up listings. We're going to take those and we're going to actually take an average of their monthly sales because you can see their monthly sales and their revenue with the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. If you're using Helium 10, Viral Launch, all of the Chrome extensions are going to allow you to see kind of the same thing. But I want you to take an average of those top 10. And let's just say hypothetically that it was 500 units. All right, so what you're going to end up doing then is you're going to order 500 units if you're following the test method philosophy. And if you're doing this and let's just say you're using air shipping. Let's say the lead time from your manufacturer is 14 days. Now that might be long. Sometimes they'll do it in a week. Sometimes they'll do it in 14 days. Sometimes, it really depends on the time of the year, the manufacturer you're working with, their workload, and their actual capacity, what they're able to do. And we can talk about that more and how you vet suppliers and how you're actually negotiating and figuring that out. But let's just say that it's 14 days for them to actually make that product. It's another 7 to 10 days to actually airship that. So now we're at 24 days. That's close to a month. So here's the issue. If their average product is selling 500 units every month and you go to launch this product and you're going to go dump a bunch of money into PPC, you're easily going to spend $500, if not more, that first week launching with PPC. And then you've spent all this time with product photos, optimizing your listing, making sure everything is like perfect and solid and well optimized for your space. Then what's going to happen is you're going to launch with those 500 units. And during your actual first week of launching, you're going to burn through a bunch of them. But if you are going to compete with the top tier, which you should be able to, if you've differentiated your product, added value to the marketplace, came with a competitive price, and really had a solid understanding of what was happening there, then you're going to come in and what's going to occur is that you're going to run out of stock very quickly. And the issue here is then you've launched and ranked and done all this work, and then basically you're going to have to start over again because by the time you reorder and get product there again, then you're going to be starting over because it's going to be another 3 weeks, it's going to be another month. And especially if you're going to use any kind of C shipping to try to increase your profit margin, then you're in a really tough spot. One of the worst things that I've seen people do is run out of stock. And the other part that happens with that is either they're not paying attention to it, it hits a big holiday and they didn't prep for it accordingly, or they've ordered too few units on their initial order. So when you're ordering your inventory, I'd like to have at least 2 months worth of inventory. Yes, it's more expensive up front. Yes, it's more capital to do this, but it puts you in a better position. Because for me, if I'm going to go spend the money to launch a product, if I'm going to spend the money to, fully build out that listing, have it, my box design customized, have that, product photography done beautifully, have a video made of my product, have both, your featured images with just a white background and your actual lifestyle images of someone using it where you're paying a model to actually join that. Fully optimized listing and spend a bunch of money to launch this thing on PPC, I want to make sure I have enough inventory to sell this to actually surpass my break-even point and get the profit back out of this product. So for that, I need at least 2 months. I actually prefer to have 3 months. Now, if you buy more than about 3 months of inventory, you run into this kind of weird in-between because then you can run into long-term storage fees, other things like that. So 2 to 3 months is kind of my sweet spot. And I bring this up because a lot of people aren't teaching you to do this. A lot of people are saying, oh, we'll test it, and then if it works, go launch it. And sure, I guess with a smaller test, I think that you're just not giving it a true opportunity to show you how well this product can do. And I get that people are fearful of going to the wrong product and ordering the wrong product, going to the wrong marketplace, not being able to sell it, being stuck with the inventory, and then they just lost a bunch of money. And this is a common fear with Amazon. But let me tell you something. If you are in an actual program with a proven blueprint and a mentor that's working with you on these things, then that risk can easily be mitigated. You can use the data and break down the marketplace as a whole. You can read all of the data and metrics that are there and make a calculated decision to go into that marketplace or not. And that's how I operate. I'm very data driven when it comes to Amazon FBA, and I think everyone needs to be, because at the end of the day, Amazon's a search engine, and not enough people talk about this. So, when you're looking at both the actual demand as well as the competition, revenue versus reviews, great, that's a great initial test. But you're not really looking at the actual keyword searches. You're not looking at the PPC bid costs. You're not looking at, how long those sellers have been in that marketplace. Is that price eroding or is it holding steady? Are there a ton of people coming in like new to that marketplace, or they're or they've been there and it's solid and existing and it's a stable, place to come in and kind of disrupt yourself. So if you join a course with the right mentorship, with the right proven blueprint, then ordering enough inventory to make you successful, you'll be so confident when you find that right product. You're just gonna know. Because the way that I teach people to do this is I don't just give you some criteria, some metric to go off of. I teach you the skill set. I teach you how to actually apply these methods and build out your way to actually, launch and scale stuff on Amazon. Because here's the deal. I would rather teach you the skill set of how do you find products? How do you actually go and assess marketplaces? How do you go and build this thing from the ground up? And here's the deal. Because if you go and do that, then guess what? When you go to launch your second product, your third product, your fourth product, your next brand, you're on brand number 2 now, and you're launching other products, you don't need to go back and learn and try to use this criteria to find something that matches that perfectly. I see so many people get sucked into like the silver bullet, like I need this perfect product that's gonna make me a ton of money. No, what you need is a skill set to understand how e-com works and how Amazon FBA private labeling works and how to build a brand such that you can get your revenue and your profitability high enough that you can pay yourself, scale your business rapidly, and become successful and replace your full-time income online. And that is exactly what I want for all my students and anyone watching this channel. That's my mission now, is to give back and help every single one that wants to make a difference. The thing is, I can't do the work for you. I can show you how to do it. I can teach you all day long, but at the end of the day, you have to be willing to do the work. You have to make the decision that you've had enough and I am now going to make e-com work. I'm going to stick with it. I'm gonna figure out my skill set, because it's not easy. People like to tell you that Amazon FBA is easy, and it's not. So when it comes to actually ordering your product, there's a couple factors. So I like to have 2 months, right? But if you don't have the capital up front, if you don't have enough money to buy all of those units, consider this. Right? If your manufacturer has a short lead time, let's just say they can get it done in a week, right? They can make your product in a week, and then you can airship it for 7 to 10 days. Let's just say that. Then okay, so in about 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 weeks, 3 days, you can have your product at Amazon, ready to kind of go. So if you can do that in a 2-week period of time, then you could get a month and a half of inventory. And in that first month, you can take some of that revenue, because you're gonna get paid twice, because you get paid bi-weekly. Then you can take that and you can place your next order. And your next order should hopefully actually be bigger. You should be buying more inventory and being able to actually know that your product is selling well, have the confidence to move forward and really start scaling this thing. So when you place that second order, now you're at a point where, okay, your money's still tied up, but you're gonna make even more back. And this is kind of the game initially out of the gate with Amazon.